Trying to get my phone up here, guys. Sorry. There we go. Ooh, I think I'm live now. I never know if technology is going to cooperate or not. So I think we're good. Okay. Hey, everybody. So today we're going to make a Hydrangea Grapevine. And we're using an 18-inch grapevine base. I'm going to trim it up just a little bit, probably not too awful much. Let me do it over the trash can here. Since we're doing a hydrangea wreath, I don't mind it being a little crazy because they're big. They're going to cover a lot of this. But these big long strings I want to get out. Ooh. Just getting the really long ones. This one right out. Some of these will come right out, and that's okay. You can pull them out. If they're loose, you don't want them staying in there anyway. All right, a couple more pieces to trim, and we'll be good. One had a bunch more than I thought it did. Alright, I think we're golden. Okay, so we're going to see how it hangs best. I think I like that. Let's get started. So I think it's probably best if we do our bow first. So I couldn't decide if I wanted to use these, a 4.5-inch Swiss dot in black and white, some maroon big dots, and a solid black, which looks okay, but because hydrangeas are more classic, I guess, I'm thinking maybe just one solid ribbon. That's not bad. I've got ribbon everywhere on my table here, y'all, sorry. That one doesn't really match. So I think we're going to go ahead with the Swiss dot. I think that one's pretty too. But yeah, let's do the Swiss dot. This scoot this back a little so we can do a bow. So, I don't know, do I want to put my bow up here or do I want to put it, I think I'm going to put it up here. So I'm going to put my bow up here. We're going to have a little bit of tails hanging down, but not a whole lot. So what I'm going to do is just hold this here, kind of measure the length of tail that I want. Now keep in mind we're going to roll and curl, so it needs to be a little longer. And then that's where I'm going to pinch. Hi Sherry, how are you? So I'm going to pinch right there. Let's see, we're going to make probably, let's do $16. Going to do 16-inch loops on this bottom black and white Swiss dot. I'm doing good, Sherry. Doing good. Happy to get this makeup class done for y'all. It's been like really bothering me that I hadn't got it done yet. So I am getting it done today. Got my trusty fan going. Alright. So we've got our 16-inch loops right here. You know what? I'm going to bring you down a little bit. Sorry, guys. Okay. So we've got our 16-inch loops here. I'm wondering, I don't hate that, y'all. I'm thinking of simple bows. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I am going to do something I don't typically do. I really need to go buy me some pipe cleaners, y'all. I'll use green. Alright, so I'm going to pull this out just with these two big loops, and I'm going to tie it off. Okay, we got two nice big hefty 16-inch loops on each side. Okay, now I'm going to take a little piece of that and do my centers like I do sometimes. So we'll fold it in half. Make sure your pipe cleaner is, you know, like arm stretched wide with your bows, so when you put this around, perfect. Alright, so because these are so big, I'm going to have to finagle it just a little bit to get it to lay right. But I'm just putting this piece down the center. You know what? I'm almost thinking it'd be easier to put this solid black rather than make the job harder on myself. So we'll just use solid black for the center. Just cut a piece, and we're going to run it right down the center here. I'm just going to tie it on the back. You can glue it if you'd like. Tying works just as well. And then you can kind of pull out that center piece like that. So see we've made a nice little bow. All right, so I'm going to tie it a little tighter. And then I'll cut that excess off. So right here, just where we tied that little center spot on, I'm going to cut the excess off. And I'm going to dribble a little bit of glue over that area, just to help everything stay together so it doesn't come untied. All of this is going to be to the back of the wreath, so it does not matter. It will be covered, you will not see it. All right, so now that's not going to come untied. And we're just going to hold this here for a minute and let it set up before we put it on the wreath. The one good thing about 4.5-inch ribbon is it takes up a lot of real estate. So you get more bang for your buck. I love using 4-inch ribbon. All right, so we're going to put it about the 10 o'clock. Yeah. Gonna just tie it off real tight here on the back. And then we'll trim that excess and fold it down into the grapevine wreath. Now we'll probably put a little bit of moss over that to cover it, and you won't ever know. All right. So there we go. We've got our nice big loops. Okay. We're going to fold and then crease, and then we'll roll. This 4.5-inch ribbon doesn't hold its shape super well, so that's why I didn't cut super long tails. In the end, we may end up dovetailing these. We're gonna leave them like this for now, build the wreath around it, and then see how we feel about these long tails, okay? But here we go. We have a simple, just 2-loop, big bow. Big bow. All right. Now I've pulled a few different greens. What we're gonna use are these Burgundy hydrangeas. I pulled 3. These are, it looks like 6-inch heads. So they're fairly large. And then I've got random greens here. So I'm gonna just lay down a base of ficus. I didn't have a lot of other greens that I liked that went with this, so we're gonna do ficus. It's gonna be covered with a lot of other stuff. This is on the back, so it'll be okay. So I'm gonna take this long piece as always, and it's gonna come, you know, down here at the bottom. So I want it to kind of hang like right here, so I just insert, kind of weave it in. There we go. Just like that. And we've got 2 more pieces. We're gonna do one on the side here, and then we'll do another one up top. I don't want a bunch of this. It's just for the background. It's a base. It is not for any other purpose. Okay, so we're good there. And then this one is going to come up over the top of the bow. Right in here. So that gives a little height to the piece. All right, here's what we're gonna do for now. We're going to take these and roll them together, and we're going to put a pipe cleaner around them to hold them while we work, because I don't want them hanging in my way. All right, see? No, they're up out of our way. Okay, so the two other greens that I brought are these and then these. This has a little bit of white in it that I wanted to bring in, but we're going to start with our heads first. We are going to pull off these leaves, and we may repick them and place them strategically. I don't know about y'all, but I don't ever use half of the leaves that come on these things. So I've always got stuff to cover mechanics on the back. Most of the time I just use moss, but sometimes I do use leaves glued on the back. Alright, so I have those trimmed down. We're going to do one up here, one down here, and then one over here, I think. So since we put the bow up top, we need one that kind of comes to the side. So we're just going to slip this one right in, maybe. There we go. Right in there. You'll have to bend it to get it to sit right, probably. Actually, I'm going to have to pull that one out. That's how it's going to sit. I was pushing it as I was pushing in the flower. All right, so hold it. There we go. I don't really like that there. We're gonna have to find a way to do this a little better. Hold the phone, y'all. Because I want the bow to sit like this. So we're probably just gonna have to put it up here in the top. So we'll come over here a little bit further and then put it in. There we go. Perfect. And then this one is going to go here. Okay, and then one more down here. Good. Okay, there we go. Got glue everywhere. Okay, let's see what we've got here. That will go in last. We're going to put in a little bit of this grass. And we've got these pieces that come with 3 branches, so we're going to pull those 3 off. Okay. Just getting everything chopped up here. Whoops. Alright, so that's a different kind. Here's this pile. Alright, so we have them in piles. We're going to start going around and just placing these in. These are the longer, so they're going to go in next. And these are going to go all the way around to there. Okay. How many more pieces do we have? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm just evenly spreading this around. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to save this piece. Alright. So now we have these little grass, or I don't even know what you want to call them. They call them stems at Michael's. That's what everything at Michael's is called, right? Stems! Okay, so there's 3 pieces here. Let's do one more. No, there was a piece over here that fell off. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Here it is. This one needs to go probably back here. There we go. Coming up above that flower just a little bit. Hi Dawn, how are you? Gonna come back here with some. The side needs to get some love too. There we go. 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 There we There's glue just flying everywhere. I've got my fan on high. All right, so I've got one more piece. And I'm just wondering if it should come right there. I think so. We're gonna do this. We're gonna trim it down just a little. So I have this little 2-piece, and then this one's gonna go up under the bow, kind of coming down into the center. That gives a good backdrop for the bowl to hang on to. There we go. Glue, glue. All right, now I have these shorter pieces, or we're gonna make them shorter. We're gonna condense them down. And this is gonna be what we put in these little holes to fill the mechanics, or to hide the mechanics and to fill in those negative spaces, I mean. We may use 2 bunches of these. There we go. Cinch them up. Put some right here. At the end, if you have a lot of glue strings, you can always take a hair dryer and, you know, buzz it a little bit to melt those down and make them disappear. So we're going to come in back here with this. Now, because you can see right in here, I'm going to take one of these heavy coverage pieces and I'm going to put it right in here. So that helps hide any of that negative space right there. All right, let's see about some of this gorgeous, gorgeous purple grass. I'm going to cinch it up just a little. This one's hard to maneuver. It's stiff. I'm having to use my fingernail. There we go. So this you're just going to take and spread out. It don't want to cinch. Alright, it's fine. Perfect. I want it to be crazy. So this should not be, everything doesn't have to be the same. So gorgeous. This grass, I think, just pulled everything together, don't y'all? Okay, this one's gonna kind of come tall here, like that. So it kind of, you know, does that thing. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see, we got a few more pieces. Let's use them. Here's some longer pieces. I'm going to fill in some on this side here. That's good. Maybe down here in the back. We'll give it some depth. So under here. Gosh, she's pretty. All right, I cut this little 2-piecer off. I'm gonna stick it kind of right in there under that hydrangea, but right above the bow. Just like that. All right, let's let our tails down and see what we're gonna do here. Okay, we're gonna have to trim, and I think we're gonna dovetail. Just like that. Oh. I get messed up when I'm cutting. Okay. So there, we've got nice little tails. I'm almost thinking we need to come just a little shorter. Just a little, not much. About an inch. Yep. That one I think can stay long, honestly. Move that around. We're gonna kind of pull that. No, it needs to. About another inch. Okay. What do y'all think? I will have to go over this one with a hair dryer because there's just glue everywhere. So what do y'all think? Oh, Linda, it's okay, honey. You can catch the replay. So we didn't use a whole lot. We used, I don't know, 4 pieces, about half of this grass bush. We used 2 of these stems from Michael's. We used 3 6-inch hydrangea heads. We used 1 ficus bush. We used 2 of these. I don't even know what these were called. And we used, I don't know, about a yard, 2 yards, yard and a half of the 4-inch Swiss dot. And this was an 18-inch grapevine. So see, there's the inside of the bow. Oh, wrong side. See, I gave the sides some love because you gotta love the sides. And the back looks fine, all except for the green pipe cleaner. So I'll have to put a little dot of glue over it and cover it with some moss. Otherwise, the back is fine. But there you go. Woo! I love hydrangea wreaths, but I don't like the ones that are just like 3 big hydrangea heads and a piece of ribbon. I like mine to be kind of crazy, but y'all know this. I think I've been teaching you guys almost a year now. How crazy is that? I've been in here with you for about a year. So y'all know I like this crazy. I'm almost thinking about putting one piece of, no, I think it'll be too heavy. I was thinking about putting one piece back here, but I think that'd be too heavy. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that. She's done. All right, ladies, this was the makeup class that I owed you. So we are good and square, and I will see you guys next Friday, and I hope you'll have a great rest of your weekend. I love y'all. Bye. Maybe I will, if I can get my mouse to work. Here we go.